Okay, here's the board. I was actually mistaken. It's a newer revision than I thought. SG GB2000.Rev 2.22. Made in Taiwan, 0618. What? We're in the future. Anyways, so I've removed the cables for now. This button here is apparently for controlling HDMI overscan and underscan. I don't know, I haven't tried fiddling with it yet, but I'll look at it later. This is the DC 12 volts input, VGA output, volume control, and this is on a daughter board, the GB or CB2000 underscore CON, whatever the hell that is. This is a weird one. This is a button that's above the HDMI port on the back. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. And then next to that HDMI port is the female USB port for connecting to PC or PS3. And above that are 3 LEDs. And when you plug it into a PC or a PS3, the red LED, which is this one here, lights up. I've never seen any lights shine up on these other 2 lights. I've never seen them shine. This is a female RJ45 port for Ethernet. I guess it's 10100 Ethernet. And then there's these 2 female USB ports, but they have the word setting next to them, and I'm not sure what the hell that means. Then there's this button here. Actually, this is probably what that setting button, or the setting label is for, because this button here, when you press it, it brings you into the setting menu for the unit. H2, let's see there. Let's see, get a little closer here on this. This is the SD port, and it's currently empty. There's nothing there. The this isn't a micro USB. This is a mini USB, and I'm not sure what the purpose of it is. It's obviously not for power input because it's a 12 volt DC board. The ribbon connector there appears to be perhaps input for a keyboard. Not too sure. There's a lot of unused holes here in the PCB for I don't know what. This is a jumper connection that's not used at all. Jumper or I can't read it, J33. But that one is used and that one is used. This one here is speaker. This one here is for coin. And this one here is I'm not sure what it's outputting for power. Maybe 12 volt, maybe 5 volt, I don't know. But that's powering an LED strip along the bottom of this thing, which is kind of useless, but whatever. So I'm going to hook it back up here. This is the 12 volt input, and then the LED, and the coin. Now, one thing about this is that they wired this oddly. There's no coin to button. There's only one. They've got logic in their programming that lets you play for free, but all it does is add coins to the first player. So any games that require second coin slot, I think like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Gauntlet and games like that, where you've got individual coin slots for each player, those won't work. Those games won't work. Okay, so where were we here? Coin. Come on. I don't think you need to have a video of me. Putting these cables back together. This is for player 1 here. And this is going over here to the speaker. And player 2's controls. So I'm not sure what this third jumper block here does. This third whatever the hell you call that. J33, J30, whatever the hell it is. Can't, I don't know if that's for player 3, if it's for additional keystrokes, or what the hell that's for. But, yeah. So every button here is taken. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus ground, I guess. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure what each one of that is. Okay, I replaced the Sanma, the joystick with a Sanma joystick and put an octagonal gate on it. Same thing with the buttons. I replaced them with Sanma 30mm buttons, and actually these are the original 24mm buttons that came with it, because of, you know, they don't have to be quality, these ones. Yeah, the acrylic top that they put in this, the thin film here, this, hard to see there, but it's thick enough, and it was just off-center enough for me to make it very difficult to remove their button, and in doing so I damaged it here, and now the Sanma button's loose, but whatever, it still works. Yeah, so there you go. Oh, speaker's over here. It's a pretty good speaker, but when connected to HDMI, it's not in use. And that's pretty much it. If you want to see the back of it here, I'll flip her around. The buttons on this, just the standard 6-button layout. The 4/8 joystick and a coin selector and start, and then there's a pause button and a start button for player 2. Here's what she looks like on the back. We've got the setting button, 2 USB ports, and I'm not sure what those are for at all. I don't know if it's for communicating with the device or if it's for perhaps a 3rd player or 4th player. Maybe it allows you to daisy chain these controllers, I don't know. A LAN port, which is surprising. I don't know, maybe this, I haven't hooked this up to the LAN, but for all I know, it's possibly got an onboard telnet server or something, I don't know. This is that PS3/PC port. It's USB 2. I made the mistake of trying to connect this to a USB 3 port, and of course Windows doesn't know what the hell to do with it, but once you plug it into a USB 2 port, Windows sees it as 2 distinct controllers, but with an odd twist. The buttons are very strangely grouped. Like one is here, or sorry, this is 1, and this is 3, and this is 4, and this one over here is 8, and this one's 10, and this one's, you know, it's very strange. The other difference I noticed was that if you press the second player button over here, the number 10 button on controller 2 stays lit, even if you release the button. Over here, if you release the button, number 10 releases in Windows, and the light turns off. Volume control. This is the 1/8" stereo mini output, VGA, and DC 12-volt in, and an on-off switch with no LED. It's not lit. So that's it. Let me, how about I fire it up so you can see real quick what the UI looks like. I'll just pause this and be right back.